Yo, what up? What up, YouTube? It's your boy Chris, man. Back. Took a long hiatus from YouTube, but yeah, I'm officially back now. To give you guys a review on Resistance 3. I'm about to give you guys a raw, uncut review. You know what I'm saying? No gameplay videos, no rehearsing. You know what I'm saying? Not none of that shit. Raw, uncut review. And before I even begin this review, I like to say that I'm a big fan of the Resistance series. I have every game in the series. I have the first one. You know what I'm saying? Second one, and of course the third one. But yeah, man, I gotta say I enjoy Resistance 3 a lot. I pre-ordered it at GameStop. You know what I'm saying? Picked it up, got me a necklace too, as you can see here. Yeah, yeah, winning. Um, yeah, I got home, I beat it the next day. Um, I beat it the next day around in the afternoon. So it took me about a day. Nah, I say about. 'Cause I didn't play it nonstop. I didn't I took breaks in between. So it probably took me about 7 to 8 hours to beat the game. I heard the reviewers that were saying that what I'm saying, IGN was saying that it took him about 10 hours, but really, man, it took me. I played on the difficulty, the highest difficulty at the time. Um, yeah, and it took me about 7 to 8 hours. But I gotta say, man, it was worth. It was even though it wasn't that long. Actually, to me it was the shortest campaign in the series, but it was an amazing roller coaster ride, an amazing experience that in my opinion every first-person shooter fan should experience. You know what I'm saying? That it was a really great campaign. It's just one of those shooters that actually has a campaign that you care about. When you actually when you actually go and play a game like Call of Duty, or or should I say Halo, or those type of shooters, or Battlefield. You don't really plan for the story. You go straight to the multiplayer. You know what I'm saying? But this game right here is one of those few shooters that you actually want to go in the campaign, get attached to the characters, and actually enjoy the story for what it is. And and have a great time doing so. It's just one of those great. The Resistance series has always been known for that. They always have great campaigns and great stories, and this is no different. You know what I'm saying? The only complaint I have about the campaign is really two things, really. Just and it's not even that big of a deal. The AI, the AI is pretty um is mediocre. At times, they're actually really smart and actually get you in surprising ways, but other times they just don't even they're not even aware of your existence. They don't even know you're there. You can just get them like that. You know what I'm saying? So the AI could use some work. And the other complaint I have with the campaign is the ending itself. The ending wasn't bad in any way, but it was really cliche and really predictable. I thought it was a little lackluster, especially knowing that this is the last Resistance game. That's supposedly the last Resistance game made by Insomniac. I don't know. It's still a good ending. It's just nothing that really grabs you. It's just whatever. You know what I'm saying? Um, But overall, the story was really great. You actually care for the characters. You play as Joseph Capelli. You know, really, you don't really care for any of the characters besides him and his wife and his kid. You play as, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's still a great story. But you play as Joseph Capelli. If you don't know who he was, he's the guy from the Resistance 2. He killed well, yeah, he killed. You guys should know by now. He killed Nathan Hale in Resistance 2. You know what I'm saying? And now he's like the bad guy. Nobody likes him because of what he did, blah blah. And now the population is like pretty much almost extinct. Only 10% of the population is still alive, and and now he has to try to. I mean, Joseph Capelli has to try to get to New York and try to close his wormhole up before before that last 10% is completely extinct. Because if he doesn't, humankind as they know it is gone. It's done. You know what I'm saying? So he really has to get over there with the help of what's his name? Professor what was his name? I forgot his name. Professor Malikov. He has to get there with his help because he's the one that knows how to actually get there and stuff like that. And he actually knows how to do the whole process of turning off the wormhole. And I ain't gonna ruin it for nobody, but there's a point in the campaign that everything takes a turn for the worse. and some unexpected shit just happens, and you just like shocks you, and it was really fun to see that. It's nice to see games start to take risks and do different things like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the campaign was just dope. It was fun to experiment with the guns and go around shooting some chimera. You know what I'm saying? Of course, some of the classic guns come back. Some of the well-known guns. You know, the carbine's bad, the bullseye's bad. Of course, the Magnum. And my favorite gun in the game, Ogre. You know what I'm saying? And there's some new guns as well. There's I think it's called the cryo gun, which actually like it's like a gun that freezes your enemy. Like if you shoot a couple shots, it freezes the enemy, and you press the alternate fire button. Like you know, every gun in the game has an alternate fire button, and you press the alternate fire button for that gun, it actually scatters the enemy after you freeze them. It shatters the enemy after you freeze them. And it's fucking epic, man. It's fucking I love that gun. That gun's fucking amazing. And of course there's a rocket launcher, and there's a Dead Eye. In the other series, the previous titles, it was the Far Eye, which actually slows down time when you press the alternate fire button. It will slow down time so you get a better aim. But in this one, the Dead Eye is different because the alternate fire actually it it charges up into a stronger shot, it's like an amazing effect and it's a very powerful shot, and I love it. Um, I love the Deadeye for amazing gun. Yeah, all the guns are epic. It's, it, except for the Mutator. The Mutator was fucking lame in my opinion. But other than that, all the guns were epic and fun to use and experiment with. So the campaign was definitely worth the $60 alone. And but you know, of course, as we all know, there's the multiplayer. The multiplayer was fun. Was fun. I enjoy it. But I think it needs like one more patch because like um there's some a lot of frame rate issues and not a lot. It's not as bad as it used to be, but there's still some frame rate drops and sometimes the game will freeze for like a split second. And I think as long as they have a patch that fixes that, you know, it still runs smooth, but like it still needs to be fixed a little bit more. And as long as they do that, the game will run a lot smoother and it'll be more enjoyable, of course. You know what I'm saying? So um, one thing to say about the multiplayer though, if you come into this game late, you got level one, and you go get like level 30s and level 45, level 60s, you will get your ass whooped because they all have their guns leveled up and the grenades and all that good shit. So you will be getting your ass handed to you. But you gotta keep you stick with it and level up your weapons. You'll be able to stand toe to toe against them. Um, yeah, it's a good multiplayer, but some shit holds it back from being great. Like I said, like the frame rate drops, the game freezes, and the lack of the lack of balance. That shit will turn some people off. So, but if you stick with it, it's a really fun multiplayer. Uh, in my opinion, the R2 multiplayer was much better because I love the R2 multiplayer. Actually, Resistance 2 is my favorite game in the series because of how the overall product was so great. Because you had a great campaign. When there was the weakest story in the series, it was still fun. But you had the fucking to me, arguably one of the best multiplayer experiences I ever had in any game. I love the multiplayer in that game. So yeah, but like I said, man, the R3 multiplayer is great. It's not a classic, but it's great. And if you stick with it, you have a lot of fun with it. So overall, this game is a great game, and you should definitely pick it up. Whether you are a good a, a FPS fan, first person shooter fan, or if you are a Resistance fan. So if it's like a game that's fun to pick up and play, you have a blast with your friends online and shit. You know what I'm saying? It has a split screen. It has a co-op also, which I forgot to mention. It has co-op, which is actually really fun. I'm actually playing right now in one of my friends in Superhuman difficulty. We having a blast. You know what I'm saying? And it has a split screen multiplayer, so you can actually play with one of your buddies at your house while you're playing, deathmatch or team deathmatch. And I like that. That's one thing I liked about Black Ops was that they had that option. I'm like that they put this option in Resistance 3. I like to see more games do that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a great game, great overall product, and and something I definitely went out with a bang with this one. Of course, it could have been better in my opinion, but I love it. Was still a great game, not a classic, but a great game, and they did a great job, man. So yeah, man, that's it for my review. Hope you guys like it. If you do like it, subscribe, comment, let me know your thoughts on like down below, and holla at your boy, man. I'm out.